Wendy Williams, what can I say? I am a fan of Wendy. I've been a little bit disheartened with her absence, and she's back today. So I'm going to share a few things because she has thyroid issues. I have thyroid issues, or had thyroid issues I've dealt with for a long time. So I just want to share my 2 cents. Not sure anyone will care, but I'm a Wendy Williams fan. I have to admit my own personal fandom has gone down a little bit since this whole hiatus, with some of the rumors swirling around, all that. Watching Wendy Williams Hot Topics is like my one, I hate to call it trash TV, but I don't watch like reality shows. I don't have cable, and the only reason I didn't get rid of cable sooner than I did a few years ago is because I wanted to be able to watch Wendy Williams. And when I realized I could watch it on YouTube, I was like, okay, boom, cable gone. So anyway, so I watch Wendy Williams usually like while I'm making dinner, and I watch turn on my TV, I watch YouTube, watch Wendy Williams Hot Topics while I'm making dinner, and that's my one, vice that I love. So I missed her when she was gone, but hey to everyone watching, the couple people watching. So I missed her while she was gone, but I gotta admit, some of my fandom kind of left the building while she left the building. And I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I think, I don't know, I'm kind of believing some of the rumors that went on. But if you're a Wendy fan, you know what I'm talking about. But, okay, with her back today, so I just watched today's Hot Topics and what she had to say about her return and all of that. So, hi, Julie. So what she had to say about her return was, she addressed her Graves' disease, and I don't know if you're familiar with thyroid issues. I've had thyroid issues for about 10 years, and a couple years ago, it turned into something much more severe where I was dealing with severity like Wendy has dealt with. But what hers is hyperthyroidism, which has turned into an autoimmune disease called Graves' disease. Mine is the opposite, where it's hypothyroidism, and it turned into an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So they're kind of one and the same, but also opposite. And also, I had one doctor that I saw that even thought that some of my Hashimoto's, that I was actually alternating between having Hashimoto's and Graves' disease. So anyway, complicated medical stuff. But so with the rumors about Wendy's husband, and are they getting a divorce, and is he cheating on her, did he get someone pregnant, and all that stuff. So huge life changes or huge stressful life events can certainly trigger autoimmune issues, like Wendy's dealing with her Graves' disease, and like when she passed out 2 Halloweens ago in her Statue of Liberty uniform. And so stressful life events can cause autoimmune diseases like her Graves to go off the deep end. And that's what happened with mine, with Hashimoto's. When I was laid off from my full-time job, I was already kind of having issues and getting to a borderline super questionable place because of all the stress. And when I lost my job, it pushed it way off the deep end, and that's when my hypothyroidism exploded into full-blown Hashimoto's. So if Wendy is dealing with personal relationship issues, it very well could have indeed affected her health to a level where it did hospitalize her. So I know a lot of people are questioning that and just saying oh, she's really not that sick, she's just got marital issues and whatever, and we don't know the truth. I think she honestly is not telling us the whole truth on that, and that's her prerogative. But whatever she is dealing with, any personal issues can take a dormant autoimmune condition and just kind of make all of the symptoms explode to where you can't digest food properly. You might have skin issues. Your thyroid antibodies, it'll throw all your hormones out of whack, which causes anxiety and mood swings, and it can get very, very intense. So I do believe that she is dealing with because of the stress in her life and whatever that stress is coming from, that it very well could have hospitalized her. And I don't think I haven't heard that talked about on any of the blogs, and I'm not trying to be a gossip blogger or anything, but just because I'm a Wendy fan and I do have a health education, I wanted to share that is possible. The one thing, a thing I said on the title about her workout plan, what she said in the intro about, she was like, I haven't gained a pound. Well, Graves' disease, so how I mentioned the two types of thyroid conditions. So the one I had with hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's, you typically gain weight, and she has the opposite, hyperthyroidism and Graves' disease, where you typically lose weight. So, well, I do question if she's been eating enough. A lot of people don't eat when they're stressed. It's also very likely that her severe health issues contribute to her not gaining weight. So I don't know why she's making that a thing, because she has a disease that typically makes people lose a lot of weight for an unfortunate reason. But so it was weird that she mentioned that. And then this actually concerns me from my educated perspective on these things. She said she's going to go to the gym 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is going to very likely could end her back in the hospital. When you have these types of issues and if they're not fully under control and in remission, and you go into like intense and consistent exercise, the body just sees it as stress because you don't have your hormones under control. You don't have your thyroid antibodies under control. That type of intense exercise is terrible for your health. So I hope she doesn't really do 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, because it's like she's asking for worse health conditions. So she claims to have all these doctors. I hope she has a doctor that tells her not to do that. And oftentimes doctors don't really, if she's going to regular doctors, they're probably not going to discuss that with her. And if she's not working with a health coach, but just a personal trainer, the personal trainer might not have the health education to know that type of intense exercise is bad for somebody with her condition and her diagnosis. So at that point, and this is something I had to learn the hard way, because I used to be that person and exercising so intensely, and I miss it, and I would love to get back to that point, and I probably will someday, because I know the do's and don'ts of it. But until you get it all fully under control, you have to really make rest a priority. Otherwise, you're never going to fully heal from it. So that's all of my yip-yapping about hot topics for today. Those are my two cents on Wendy Williams. Bye.